Assalamu alaikum. My dear cadets of class 12, welcome to my online physics class. During this corona outbreak, you are not able to stay at your college. That's why this online effort. Try to follow this instruction that has been inserted here. You are not safe at the outside of your home, so don't go outside of your home. Stay home, stay safe. Before commencing my class, I would like to introduce myself. This is Mohammad Kamrujaman Khan, lecturer at Department of Physics, Borishal Cadet College. This class for class 12 subject physics, chapter 2, and it is symbolized as static electricity. Observe this image and you are gazing that this chapter is related about static electricity. So this is the application of the static electricity. Okay. Key points of my today's discussion: polar molecule, non-polar molecule, dielectric constant, capacitor, surface charge density. Learning outcomes of my today's discussion. After the end of this lesson, cadets, you will be able to discuss about the electrical capacitance. You will be able to discuss about the principle of capacitance. You will be able to discuss about the capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor. You will be able to discuss about the series and parallel combination of capacitor. You will be able to discuss about the energy stored in a capacitor and energy density. You will be able to discuss about the energy stored in series and parallel combination of capacitors. You will be able to discuss about polar and non-polar molecules and polarization of a dielectric material. And finally, you will be able to discuss about the parallel plate capacitor of a with a dielectric slab. Now I am going to discuss about capacitor. At first, what is capacitor? We have to know what is capacitor. The ability of storing energy as electrical charge is called capacitor. Capacitor is the mechanical device designed to sustain the capacitance. Now, what is electrical capacitance? The measure of the ability of a conductor to store, okay, my dear boys, look at here, the measure of the ability of a conductor to store charges is known as capacitance or simply capacity. And it is followed Q is proportional V and Q is equal to CV. From this I have written here C is equal to Q over V. Now if V is equal to 1 volt, then C becomes Q. Capacitance of a conductor is defined as the charge required to raise its potential through one unit. Okay. Boys, look at here. Capacitor or capacitance of a conductor is defined as the charge required, to raise its potential different 1 volt, to raise its potential different by 1 volt. Okay. SI unit of capacitance is farad. Symbol of capacitance is like this. So capacitance is said to be 1 farad when 1 coulomb of charge raises the potential of conductor by 1 volt. But the unit of farad or the unit of capacitance, that is farad, is very large. That's why we are not using this. We are using frequently the unit of capacitor is millifarad. farad or microfarad or picofarad or nanofarad. What do you mean by 2 farad or 1 farad? Okay, from this equation, C is equal to Q over V. Now I am discussing about the 2 farad meaning. Okay, 2 farad meaning is required 2 coulomb charge to raise potential difference between two plates of a conductor is or by 1 volt. So see the definition. In order to produce 1 volt potential difference between the two plates of a capacitors, 2 coulomb of charge is required. Now, air capacitor or glass capacitor. There are different types of capacitors. Now, I am discussing about air capacitor and glass capacitor. Air capacitor is if the medium between two plates of a capacitor is air, then the capacitor is called air capacitor, and if the medium between two plates of a capacitor is glass, then this capacitor is said to be glass capacitor. Okay, we have to know before the discussion about capacitance, what is insulator and dielectric material. Insulators means current will not able to flow this or pass through this substance, that is insulator. Example of insulator is plastic, rubber, wood, glass, etc. The specific resistance of insulator is 10 to the power 12 ohm meter. You know it very well, boys. What is specific resistance? Okay, and it is 10 to the power 12 ohm meter. So current is not possible, or current must have not ability to flow or pass through this substance. Let's say dielectric materials, those insulators. When placed in an electric field, polarization occurs, then those insulators are called dielectrics. Okay, those insulators, when placed in an electric field, then polarization occurs. In such a type of materials has to be or have to be called dielectric materials. Any non-conducting or insulating medium between any 2 point charges keeps the charges isolated. It is the main criteria for placing or using dielectric material. Dielectric material have ability to isolate charge, by a somewhat distance. Okay. Example of dielectric material: glass, ebonite, rubber, oil, wax, etc. There is no free electron in the dielectric material or medium. If some charges are given to a dielectric material, they remain accumulated in the region where those are given. That is, they must have not ability to displace or to move the place where it is situated or where it is given. Okay, what is a dielectric constant or relative permittivity? For a medium that is in vacuum, F naught is equal to 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by R square. It is written from Coulomb's law, and it is stands for another medium. F is equal to this. So dividing this equation by 1 and 2, so we are getting F naught over F is equal to epsilon divided by epsilon naught. That is written as epsilon R. This epsilon R is called dielectric constant or relative permittivity. It is also written as K, or it is also written as K. So epsilon R is equal to K is equal to F naught divided by F. Okay. Now we have to know what is the meaning of F naught and F. Yes. Force between two charges in air medium or vacuum is defined by F naught, and force between two charges of dielectric material or any other medium is defined by F. So the definition becomes the ratio of the two forces between two charges at a particular distance in air or vacuum and dielectric medium is called dielectric constant. Now it's time to know what is the significance of using dielectric material inside the device that is capacitor. Yes, dielectric constant or relative permittivity becomes in terms of capacitance is epsilon R is equal to C over C naught. Okay, C means capacitance for any medium and C naught means capacitance for air or vacuum medium. Okay, epsilon R or K is always greater than 1. Why we are using dielectric material? Please note this. The resultant dielectric field at any point inside a dielectric material is less than that of external field, but the field in the dielectric never becomes zero like that in a conductor. Boys, I will make you clear about this using of dielectric material inside the capacitor. So look at here. Q C is equal to Q over V. Okay. If V becomes larger, then C becomes smaller. If V is decreasing, then C will also be increased. C will also be increased. Our our main goal, how to increase the capacitance. So if we want to increase the capacitance of a capacitor, we have to decrease the potential. Okay, that's why the resultant electric field is any point inside the dielectric is less, that is it is going to be smaller. That's why this C capacitance will be increased. Okay, in my next slide I will discuss it more elaborately. Okay, about the using of dielectric material inside the capacitor. Okay, now I am skipping this. According to Force, what is the significance of dielectric constant? Presence of dielectric material between two charges decreases the force between them by K times or epsilon R times than that in air or vacuum. Now look at here, according to capacitance, the presence of dielectric material between the plates of a capacitor increases the capacitance by ER times of C naught, That's why we are using dielectric material inside the plates of a capacitor, Okay. Okay, in terms of capacitance, what do you mean by the dielectric materials is 2.5. Capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor will be increased 2.5 times more than that of the capacitance in air. Okay, in terms of force, the force between two point charges at a particular distance in that medium is decreased by 2.5 times than that of the force in air or vacuum medium. Okay, that's why we are using, boys, you have to know why we are using dielectric materials for making a capacitors. Okay, to increase or to get more efficiency from capacitor, we are using dielectric material to make a capacitor. Okay. Okay, principle of a capacitor. Now I'm discussing about the principle of parallel plate capacitors. Mainly, the principle of of all capacitors are same. Okay, so at first there are two plates are placed here, plate A and plate B. Plate A is positively charged and B is neutral. How can we make the plate A is positively charged? Yes, by inserting or adding an potential. Okay, a potential, that is V. So step 2, when a neutral plate B is brought near A, charges are induced on B such that the side near A is negative and the other side is positive. Okay, let's see how can it is possible. Yes. Okay, boys, this is our plate B. Here, negative charges are accumulated here, and the other side of B, positive charges are accumulated here. It's our concern to remove this positive charge. That's why we have to ground this outer part of B. Now let's see step 3. When the farther side of B is up, the positive charges on B get neutralized and B is left only with negative charges. Okay, the positive charge further side of B will be diminished. Okay, so there is no positive charge. Now here the accumulation of negative charge near part of this D. Okay, now the net potential of the system decreases due to the sum of positive potential on A and negative potential on B. Boys, how can we, or how, or why we are decreasing the net potential, okay, of the system? Why we are decreasing net potential of the system? Because C is equal to Q over V. C is equal to Q over V. That's why net potential is to be decreased here. That's why net potential is to be decreased here. So see this. To increase the potential to the same value as was in step 2, an additional amount of charges can be given to plate A. This means the capacity of storing charges on A increases. Okay. The system so formed is called a capacitor. The system so formed is called a capacitor. But how can we, my dear boys, how can we remove or decrease the net potential? Okay, it is our concern. I will discuss it while I will discuss about the principle of dielectric material. Okay, let's see our next part. Capacitance of parallel plate capacitor. The parallel plate capacitors are given here. This is plate A and this is plate B. So the separation between these two plates is D, and this is the line force, that is electric lines of force. And you know the potential between these two plates, V is equal to ED, and E is equal to sigma over epsilon naught. Sigma, yes, what is sigma? Sigma is surface charge density. Sigma is equal to Q by A. Okay, Q by A. Here I am putting the value of sigma. Let's see. I am putting the value of sigma. V is equal to QD over A epsilon naught. Now C is equal to Q over V. So we are getting C is equal to epsilon naught A divided by D. This is the equation of capacitance of parallel plate capacitor. If the space between the plate is filled with dielectric medium or of a relative permittivity, epsilon R, then the capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor becomes C is equal to epsilon naught E epsilon naught epsilon R A divided by D. Okay. Capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor is directly proportional to the area of the plates. Yes, the capacitance is directly proportional to the area and inversely proportional to the distance between these two plates. Okay, my dear boys, now I am going to discuss my next part. Capacitance of an isolated spherical conductor. Okay, this is our spherical conductor. Its center is Q and plus Q charge is placed here. Its radius is R. So potential at any point on the surface V is equal to Q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught R, and C is equal to Q over V. Putting this value, we are getting C is equal to 4 pi epsilon naught R. So capacitance of a spherical conductor is directly proportional to its radius. Yes, and the above equation is true for conducting spheres, hollow or solid. If the sphere is an medium, then C is equal to epsilon 4 pi epsilon naught epsilon R into R. Capacitance of the earth, because the nature of this earth is spherical in nature. That's why the capacitance of this earth is 711 microfarad. Boys, it is to be noted 711 microfarad. Okay. Factors on which capacity of a conductor depends. Let's see. Capacity of a conductor depends on area, depends about the or on the surrounding conductor or medium, separation between the two plates. Capacitance of a capacitor is inversely proportional to the distance between two plates. Presence of the conductor with any other conductor or grounded conductor also increase the capacitance of a conductor. Okay. Series combination of a capacitors. This is the series combination of a capacitors. You know it very well that for the series combination, charge is same in all capacitance, while potential difference will be distributed and inversely proportional to the capacitance. So V1, V2, V3 are the potential difference for C1, C2 and C3. Now we are getting the summation of V is like that, and the equation V is equal to Q over C. So after putting this value, we are getting C 1 upon C is equal to 1 divided by C1 plus 1 upon C2 plus 1 upon C3. Okay. This is the equation for series combination of capacitors. You can write it as this way. The reciprocal of the effective capacitance is the sum of the reciprocals of the individual resistance capacitance. So it is similar to the parallel combination of resistance. Boys, it is similar to the parallel combination of a resistance. Now let's see the series parallel combination of capacitors. Let's see the parallel combination of capacitors. Yes, you know it very well that due to the or for the parallel combination, potential will not be divided, but current or charge will be divided. We will not say, or we don't say here that current will be divided. We should say charge will be divided here. Okay. That's why Q1, Q2, Q3, this is the corresponding charge for C1, C2, and C3. Now put in the value of Q1, Q2, and Q3. We are getting C is equal to C1 plus C2 plus C3, and you can write it in this way. Boys, it is similar to the series combination of resistance. It is similar to the series combination of resistance. Energy stored in a capacitor. You know it very well that the main function of a capacitor or using capacitor is storing energy. Okay. The process of charging a capacitor is equivalent to transferring charges from one plate to another plate. So the moment charging starts, there is a potential difference between the plates. Therefore, to transfer charges against the potential difference, some work has to be done. That's why this work is stored as electrostatic potential energy inside the capacitor. Okay, if dq charge is to be transferred against the potential difference V, then the work will be dW is equal to V dq. This is our formula. You know it very well about this. Okay. Now we are getting total amount of work from this equation. So we have to into so we have to differentiate it. Sorry, we have to integrate it. So our total work is like that, and U is equal to half Q square by C, or U is equal to half CV square, or U is equal to half QV. These there are three patterns of equation for storing energy, but we are going to define the storing energy per unit volume. Energy density is also known as energy per unit volume. So see this here, U divided by AD is equal to half epsilon naught A squared. This is the energy density or storage energy per unit volume. So SI unit of energy density is joule per meter cube. Energy density is generalized as energy per unit volume of the field. As I said it before, energy stored in a series combination of capacitors. Okay, for this, you have to know what is the series combination of a capacitor or of some capacitors. So for this, U becomes 1 upon Q square divided by Cs, and energy stored in a parallel combination, it becomes U is equal to 1 divided by 2 Q square divided by Cp. Before the calculation of energy stored or storage energy, you have to determine Cp or Cv, sorry, Cs, okay? But now I am going to discuss about the causes of using dielectric material for making a capacitor. Insulator, the body through which electricity cannot pass, okay? Example is like that. And dielectric materials, you know it very well, as I discussed it in my previous slide. Look at this. Yes, polar molecules. A molecule in which the center of positive charges and the center of negative charges will not be coincide. Okay, those are polar molecules. So polar molecules does not have symmetrical shape. This is the example of polar molecules. Effect of electric field on polar molecules. Yes, this is the effect of electric field on polar molecules. Here E is equal to 0, while E is equal to 0, then P is equal to 0. Okay, in the absence of electric field, the permanent dipoles of the molecules orient in random directions, and hence the net dipole moment is 0. Here, this is the application of external electric field. That's why we are getting the electric field for the application of external field, and we are also get electric field due to the dipole moment. Okay, when electric field is applied, the dipoles orient themselves in a regular fashion, and hence dipole moment is induced. Complete alignment is not possible due to thermal agitation. ठीक है sir? Non-polar molecules. Yes, it is our concern. A molecule in which center of positive charge and center of negative charge are coincide. The example of non-polar molecules are like that. Effect of electric field on nonpolar molecules. Yes, there is no electric field here. So P is 0, and here due to the application of external fields, you are, yes, when electric field is applied, the positive charges are pushed in the direction of electric field. Positive charges are pushed in the direction of electric field, and the electrons are pulled in the direction opposite to the electric fields. Due to separation of electric centers, effective centers of positive and negative charge, dipoles is formed. So dielectrics, you know it very well about dielectrics, so I will not discuss it here. Polarization of dielectrics: when a nonpolar dielectric slab is subjected to an electric field, dipoles are induced due to separation of effective positive and negative centers. Okay. Yes, this is our concern, my dear boys. Look at this. When we are inserting this two plate of capacitor with a source, then the positive and negative charge are accumulated on both of the plates. But while we are inserting an dielectric material within these two plates, then what is happening? Yes, the direction of our external electric field is like that. This is the external electric field direction, but this is the electric field direction due to polarization. So this is vice versa. So we are getting resultant electric field from this. Our resultant electric fields is E naught minus AP. How come it is happened? Okay, let's see. You know it very well that our equation is equal to P squared plus Q square plus 2pq cos alpha. That's why here we are getting this angle is 180. So from this equation we are getting our resultant electric field is like that. En is equal to E0 minus EP. The field is reduced when a dielectric slab is induced. Yes, the field is reduced when a dielectric slab is induced. For this, C is equal to Q over V. For this, the capacitance of a capacitors with a dielectric slabs is being increased. Boys, is being increased because the net potential difference within this two plate of this capacitor is reduced. That's why capacitance of a capacitor will be increased. So it is very helpful to use a dielectric slab to make a capacitor to increase its efficiency. Okay, my dear boys, now we are going to finish my today's discussion. So see this dielectric and dielectric constant, the value of dielectric constants are given here. Look at this. Boys, look at this capacitance of parallel plate capacitors with dielectric slabs. It is our concern how come the capacitance of a parallel plate capacitors with dielectric slab is being increased. Okay, I have discussed it already, so I'll not discuss now. Look at this equation. This is our main equation. Boys, we don't need to discuss elaborately of this equation, but it is urgent to memorize or know this equation while we are using dielectric slabs inside the or making capacitor. So write down this equation. Okay, let's see some mathematical problem. There are three capacitor sets. Those capacitors are inserted in series combination. So determine the energy stored in the above combination. For determination of energy, you have to know U is equal to half CV squared. So here C is S. After calculating CS, then you can find out the energy stored. Number B, what type of change is required in the above circuit in order to achieve maximum energy? It is very easy. In order to increase the storage energy of a capacitor, we have to increase the capacitance. We have to increase the capacitance. So it is very essential to rearrange these capacitors in parallel combination. Then we'll get our desired or expected value for this system. Okay. Yes, this is our very important topics. What is the difference between the capacitance of figure A and figure B? Boys, in figure A, there is no dielectric slab. So you can find out C is equal to epsilon naught A by D very easily. But for figure B, what will be happen here? Yes, there is dielectric slab. So a little bit ago, I have discussed the capacitance of a capacitor with dielectric slab. Okay, that is epsilon naught A divided by 1 minus T by D into 1 minus T 1 divided by, sorry, K divided by D. Okay. By using this equation, you will get very easily the value and the difference of the capacitance for these two figures. Okay. My dear boys, no more today. Some sorts of questions are added here. Please see this. Okay, application based questions and higher order level questions are also added here. Please see this. Some sample of MCQ are inserted here. Please see this. Let's see the home task. Yes, this is given here as your home task. Please try to solve this. And make 20 MCQ on the basis of my today's discussion and be ready for our assignment on Thursday. Boys, if you have any query, please ask me. I will try my level best to solve your questions. Yes, you know it very well that we are passing through a very rough and tough situation. So don't go outside of your home. Never make a plan to go outside of your home. Pass quality time with your parents. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you for attending my class.